the last thing you want to do is listen to some more speeches. You want to be out boozing or with your family. And you're not tricking me, I got it figured. But I want you to do something for me. I want you to listen to what I've got to tell you. It's going to take about 30 minutes, so relax. I'm going to try to talk to you about some of the things that happened to me that I observed and that I was part of during the time that I've been a lawyer. I graduated, my class was an entering class in 1949. So 52 would be my class, but I stayed on an extra 6 months because Lee and I had married, and she had a job and I didn't. And I had passed the bar. I took it 6 months or 7 months before I graduated. And there were at least 3 courses on the bar that I had not had. Dean Woodward, now a professor here. And while I'm on it, you should be very grateful to the faculty that taught you and the deans that you've had. They're magnificent. And I'm a close observer. Anyway, I decided to take the bar on a bet with the other classmates. So I didn't realize that I had to file some sort of paper that said you want to practice law. So they told me I had to do it, so I drove to Houston. There was a female lawyer that was in charge of it named Billy Russell. She was kind enough to know how dumb I was and gave me a dispensation. I came in and took the bar. But it took 6 weeks to 2 months to get the grades back. And when they came back, Mary Lou, who was Dean Keaton's secretary, handed them to you on the big desk, face down, so nobody could see what you made. And I made a $100 bet that I could pass it. And I didn't have a tutor, I didn't do the bar exam, but nonsense. There's another word for it. But anyway, she says to me, Joe, I'm sorry. Most of us were veterans from World War II. So they're all hoorah, and I'm going to have to buy $100 worth of beer, which was 2 months' pay for GI Bill. So I opened it up, and I looked at it, and I said, God damn, I'm overtrained. I made a 76. So that's how it started, okay? So I want you to know I've been through most of everything you're going to go through. I've seen most of it. I've seen some of them handle it well, and I've seen others handle it not so well. I believe if you'll listen to me for the next 30 minutes, maybe 28 now, I believe what I have to say to you will be a help for you to be a better lawyer. So please, stay focused. I want to talk to you about a lawyer's obligations to begin with. Just because you've got a degree now doesn't mean that you're entitled to go out on the public, sit on your ass, collect a fee just because you've got a license. You've got to do something to earn it. And I don't mean just fees. I mean be something in the community itself. Done properly, the rewards will far exceed what you expect. Not just the monetary rewards, the self-satisfaction, the feeling of achievement, of accomplishment, of I helped somebody. I'm telling you, there's no bigger reward. Very shortly, you'll be out among the American people. They're ready for you, believe me, especially now. I think now is a great time to be a lawyer, contrary to some of the publicity you may have. I'll get into that with you in just a moment. Your attitude will go a long way in determining your success. Your recognition, your reputation, and your enjoyment in being a lawyer will depend a great deal on your attitude. If I could endow each and every one of you, and I don't know how you know I feel this way, but I do. I feel a bond with you people. I feel a closeness to you. I was there. I know how confused I was when I first came out. But if I could endow each one of you with 3 things that I believe are integral ingredients for achieving greatness as a person, as a lawyer, it would be courage, It would be a desire to help those who come to you in need of help. It would be a fierce attitude towards equality. I want to visit with you a little bit about some of my observations in the league. And this is disappointing to me in a way, for I have seen what I think the American people's attitude change. I believe that many Americans today have become a very timorous people. The average American has forgotten the great feel for liberty and accountability that the framers of the Constitution and our revolutionaries fought for. What the American people have today for leaders is a group of press agents, politicians, lobbyists without any conviction, cheerleaders, types, and a manipulated media. You can change that. You can help change that attitude. You can help change America. I know it's hard for you to believe that. Little me can do that? Yeah, little you can do it. Well, I don't for a minute believe that lawyers are the only honest and exclusively pure humans. Humanity. It's close. There are some lawyers worthy of the name. Many. I know firsthand that our profession has some undesirable, greedy, unconcerned people. For that, I'm ashamed. But there are those who view this not as a business, but as a profession. Those who believe in justice and equality. These are the ones who have made a difference. And these are the ones who you can be now. For our time is past. I was taught by this very law school that a lawyer was supposed to be a custodian of the community's legal and ethical sense. So you should act like it. Years ago, when I began, the legal profession was an esteemed and honored profession. Becoming a member meant joining a helping profession, one which dealt with the problems of people, and did so sensitively and effectively. We regarded ourselves as charged with a public trust, committed to strengthening our system of law and justice. Over the years, however, something seriously disturbing has been happening to our legal profession, where we become the butt of jokes at parties by the lunatic fringe in our society, which is probably now a majority. Increasingly, law has become a business rather than a profession. In too many of our law firms, the computer has become the managing partner. We're ruled by hourly rates, timesheets, electronic devices. We have seen an increase in technological expertise with a corresponding diminution of the human side of being a lawyer. You have to change that. Today, many attorneys, businessmen alike, have come to accept the proposition that a client is best able to judge what the client needs, and the lawyer must accede to whatever the client asks. I earnestly want you to refuse to do this. I do not succumb to this crazy tactic. There's a word for that too, and I'll say that's bullshit. And acceding to this kind of nonsense, the lawyer has, I submit it to you, sold away what has always been our proudest characteristic, our independence. Where if the lawyer stands ready to do what the client wants, he deprives that client of the one thing the client is most entitled to. The best advice the lawyer can give him is independence, and whether or not the client wants done really should be done. What makes us professional and is insistent that in the legal realm we set the parameters of what will be done and will not be done, not the client and not anybody else. And we tell the client what we believe is in the client's best interest. And I say to you, there are many critics of lawyers, and you're going to be lawyers, are lawyers. And for these critics who would do away with lawyers and claim there are too many of us, I say the fact that so many people are seeking redress for wrongs through lawyers in our courts suggests that these critics have got it all wrong. Claimants are staying by their actions. We are a people who believe in law. We believe our court system has integrity and accessibility. The reason that it has fallen to the real lawyers is because the lawyers are the ones to guard the people's rights. The lawyers are the ones that stop the greedy from preying on the needy. We're the ones who protect the rule of law. When these poor people need help, if they go to the legislatures, they're told, we're powerless. We can't go to the legislature. We have no money. We have no political action committees. And the slumbering bureaucracies of government won't respond to our needs. Two choices, my friends, right? Courts or the streets. And we know what disaster it would be if we resort to some sort of combat by trial in the streets.